Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alfred Leather. Today, I am pleased to present a correct and factual history of Farsley and its people during the Great War. I shall do this not through hand-me-down stories and half-remembered tales, but with facts, ladies and gentlemen, irrefutable, indisputable, undeniable facts. How can I be so sure? Because I have the evidence. Look around you at these guard books and ledger books, books full of numbers. Payments in, payments out, cloth new, cloth old, cloth woven and cloth sold, attendances, inputs and outputs, profits and losses, ticks and crosses, weights and measures. Ah, yes, numbers. Heavyweight leather bound several inches thick, a history recorded in numbers and ticks. We don't need emotion getting in the way. Year, month, week, day. No need to wonder, no need to think. Here's your past in blue black ink. Terms of service, rates of pay, year, month, week, day.
But those aren't facts. They're figures. They're emotionless and cold. No emotion, no story. A bit like you, if you don't mind me saying.
Steady on, I have been known to be emotional, you know.
Really? When was that?
14th of March, 1400 hours, the mill toilets were out of loo roll. It came to my attention that pages 3 to 9 of my ledger book were missing.
No prizes for guessing where they ended up. I bet you came over all flushed, Mr. Leather.
Flushed, I was steaming. Perfectly cold, row by row, neat and tidy, quid pro quo. Follow regulations, do it my way. Year, month, week, day. Timed and dated, no room for doubt. What time in and what time out? 6 till 6, Monday to Saturday, year, month, week, day.
Let me see. What's that mean? Squiggle, squiggle, 47, 3/4 AF, across, then comp and a tick.
Ah, Alice Farringdon, November 1917, week 47, days 3 and 4, Wednesday and Thursday, absent, leave granted, compassion.
Compassion. Well, there's a story right there. A story of the person hiding behind all those squiggles and ticks. Alice Farringdon, worker at the mill, lived on Harker Terrace up the hill. Loved her older brother, he went off to fight, so she lay awake worrying every night. Didn't have a radio, news was scarce. The paper stopped reporting what was happening over there. She scoured every article by candlelight, and she lay awake worrying every night. Down in the town, in the post office queue, knitting woolly jumpers, waiting for some news, hoping that her brother would be doing all right, as she lay awake worrying every night. Knocking at the door dragged her out of bed.
We're sorry to inform you.
The telegram said in the mill's big book, what the overseer writes will never explain all those sleepless nights.
Ah, war's a nasty business. But it's a business all the same. A business measured in numbers. Have a look at these books and you'll see that during the Great War, this mill produced up to 50 miles of cloth every week to be sent to the overseas forces.
Aye. 50 miles of history told in shirts and pants.
No, thank you. I shall be staying fully clothed. See, these books tell us that the troops depended on those millions of yards of khaki, flannel, socks, woolen cardigans, even the soldiers' underwear was made of khaki. An entire fighting force built on khaki, a war that engaged 65 million khaki-clad men, and a war where 31 million of them khaki-clad men were either killed or wounded.
Those men, they were more than the 30 yards of fabric it took to make all their uniforms, whatever side they fought on. Each one of them had their own stories. Thankfully, many of the workers in Farsley were able to stay at home and work in the mill because their jobs were so important. But they had to go down to the Bay Horse, to the tribunals, and sit in front of a big committee. And that committee, well, they were the ones that decided if you could stay at home and work in the mill or not. Aye. Folk like, Willie Mitchell, James Varley, John Allerton.
Aye, those, we needed them mill hands. There were jobs to be done. Aye. Let's see who we have. Oh, fillers, carders, fecklers, fine drawers, overlookers, doffers, twisters, piecers, scavengers, tailors and cutters. All valuable cogs in the mill machine.
Yeah, cogs to you, Mr. Leather, but they had friends and family. They had rituals and habits. They had pride in their work.
Ah, but in the end, they're just a list in a book. I dare say no one will ever know what they actually did.
Try me.
Carder.
The carder raked and combed the fibres, ready to make the thread strong for when it's spun. It's not a skill job, but it was an essential one.
Fettler.
The fettler, well, like Joseph Keithley, he cleaned the machines of the waste cloth and fibres, kept it smooth running, kept it lubricated. He knew the ins and outs in every one of those machines. Yeah.
Doffer.
The doffer, well, one of his jobs was to take off the full bobbins from the spinning frame and replace it with an empty one. Thank you. And remember, these were the jobs that gave them a place in their community, pride in their work. Hey, there's a rhyme to remember all those numbers as well.
A rhyme? There's no room for rhymes in the official books.
Hey, it's got a tune and all.
Tune? We don't allow tunes, rhymes and tunes. What do you think this is? Oh, no, give me numbers. You know where you are with numbers. You, give me some numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Filler, carder, stripper and grinder, fine draw piecer, warehouse man, fettler, twister, doffer and scutcher, tailor, finisher, cardroom and... Are you going to have a go? Because if you don't, well, we can't tick the box that says community engagement. And you're my community, so let's engage.
Oh, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Filler, carder, stripper and grinder, fine draw piecer, warehouse man, fettler, twister, doffer and scutcher,
tailor, finisher, cardroom and... I don't know why you think you've been dragged along. Come on, you're part of this community and all. Ready?
A bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Filler, carder, stripper and grinder, fine draw piecer, warehouse man, fettler, twister, doffer and scutcher, tailor, finisher, cardroom hand.
Not just records to be kept in columns, but whole lifetimes of experiences. Big bundles of energy wrapped up with breath and passion. Schools, marriages, illnesses, weddings, victories, heartbreak, football teams, those cycle teams whizzing down Main Street. Hey, birthday parties, anger, love, Shopping.
Shopping.
Gardening.
Now you're talking. Despite food shortages and rationing of essentials, my treasury of numbers tells me that Farsley Village continued to trade throughout the war. Now then, what have we got? There were 12 greengrocers, 8 bootmakers, 7 fish shops, 6 butchers and 2 tribe shops.
You see numbers in a row, whereas I see families all sat around a dinner table. Children, licking their lips, dreaming of steamed pudding. Cobblers sat fixing endless Sunday best boots. Dairymen delivering eggs right to your door. Thousands of eggs.
Ah, yes. August 20th, 1915, 364 eggs dispatched from Farsley to wounded soldiers and sailors, collected by Farsley Methodist and Olivet Sunday School. In addition, Mr. Harold Barrett sent the soldiers an exact 404 eggs from the Wesleyan Sunday School, Farsley.
That's right. Hundreds of eggs were collected and kept in those wicker baskets that were used in the mill. Some of them were made in the mill and then were transported to all the military hospitals, like Beckett up the road.
Oh, it's a case of not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Hey, even eggs tell a story. But whilst it might have looked like life was going on at normal, there were all kinds of things going on. There were collections or donations and fundraising, all kinds of concerts and piano recitals and that. Aye, in a matter, where am I?
Well, I'll be knocking me, Mrs. Dyson.
Aye. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Howard.
Howard who?
How would you like to donate an egg?
That's terrible.
Go on then, give me a better one.
OK. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
4 eggs.
4 eggs who?
For example. Ha, ha. Oh, right, OK, back to me books. Edwin Woodhouse, in 1915, donated 100 packets of tobacco to be sent to the soldiers at the front.
They weren't just packets of tobacco. They were reminders of home. They were comfort and relief. They were dependable and reliable. They smelt of a time when you huddled in a doorway with your friends, smoking that 3-castle cigarette. Of a time when you had 10 minutes, sat on a mill step with your half-chewed pipe stuffed full with Havelock tobacco.
Moving on. Clorinda Woodhouse. Here you go. She set up a support group in Farsley. 40 women making clothes for the soldiers. But in just a matter of weeks, it was reported that they sent 46 nightshirts, 83 day shirts, and 22 bed jackets.
See, these might just be numbers to you, but each one of those 46 nightshirts, when it traces a path from the mud and blood of war back to the clean-pressed warmth of childhood beds, uninterrupted sleep, without all the sounds of bomb drops and rifle shots. You see, back here, behind every number, there's a story. Behind every tick, there's a person. Your sums and your statistics, your lists and your files, they are wonderful things, and you find the stories behind them. Stories, joyful stories, but sad stories. Stories of lives well lived. Stories of a time when the people in Farsley wove the cloth that connected Farsley and the front.
46 nightshirts keeping them warm. 46 nightshirts soft against the bones. 46 nightshirts whisper of home. More than numbers, more than numbers, more than numbers in a row. More than numbers, more than numbers, more than numbers in a row. 22 bedcoats wrapped up tight, 22 bedcoats safe against the night,
22 bedcoats, a hint of what they know. More than numbers, more than numbers, more than numbers in a row. More than numbers, more than numbers, more than numbers in a row. 83 days shirts keeping out the rain. 83 days shirts until they're home again. 83 days shirts warm against the snow. More than numbers, more than numbers, more than numbers in a row. More than numbers, more than numbers, more than numbers in a row. Your turn. More than numbers, more than numbers, more than numbers in a row.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.